One of the things that's part of my journey is to minimalize. And that's a very difficult concept for me because I like receiving things and keeping it because someone gave it to me. The problem is that I constantly have clutter, and the information that I have found is not usually geared towards me. It is geared towards other groups. I just don't see a reflection of myself via my ethnicity, my background, things that I can relate to. And I did come across the Afro minimalist, and her words resonated with me, especially because she encourages minimalism that is a reflection of who you are, not just in regards to getting rid of things, but that the space reflects the things that identify who you are, who your ancestors are, things that you find worthy. So I invite you to be on this journey with me. And one of the things that I decided is because I tend to get overwhelmed, it ends up taking me too long. I have way too many things to do. So I'm just going to focus one room at a time as often as I can. And I would love to hear your feedback as you watch this transition. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and any comments, any questions, any suggestions that you find. But today we're going to at least focus on behind me. Behind me is the living room, and we don't use it often, not as much as we did before, for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that the animals crate is in that room, and they also have had their accidents there. The cat loves to cuddle with you on the couch, which means hair, fur, and it just is not as inviting. So my goal is to change the couch to a leather couch, and I want to change the carpet to hardwood floor. It's going to take me a while to save and be able to afford that part. But in the meanwhile, I can start removing things that I haven't been using that might have some connection in terms of a gift that someone gave me, but I don't use it. And so I'm going to take a picture of some of those things that are important to me, but then I'm going to pass it on. And I also have been pet sitting. I started with Trusted House Sitters, and I credit Vicarious, for putting me on that path. One, because I love to travel, so I'm looking for a way to afford it, but also because I get to have ideas of things that I like. So in my last pet sitting job, I love the space because they are empty nesters. And now that my husband and I are transitioning to that, I'm realizing some of the things that connect with me, such as books. As you can tell back there, I love books. Books are very important to me. Art, but I want to switch the art to things that are much more personal. So I'm probably going to look at more photographs and changing those into frames. And music. Music is vital. And in regards to music, well, I don't necessarily need the CDs and the records, but you will at a later time see that I do have them, because those I have a hard time getting rid of, nor do I want them to get rid of them. There's a beautiful classic There's something tangible about books, record players, CDs, and all of that good stuff. So that will probably remain. But I did see that they had less things around. So that's also going to be part of my mission as I concentrate in this room. And I am going to give you an idea of what it looks like now, and then you are going to see what it looks like after I get some things done. And remember, these are in parts. So this is, I'm going to consider it part 1. Let me know your thoughts. So here we go. As you can see, these are the couches. I am extremely grateful for my parents because when they decided to transition, they gave me these couches and they have been extremely comfortable. These couches, I want to say, are nearly 20 years old. So they're good quality. They just don't fit my needs, and the fact that we have animals. The music, we're probably going to change up. The lighting I love, so when it starts getting colder, near freezing, you're going to see more plants here because it gets the best light. But the little knickknacks and things, they could probably change, and maybe we should consider moving this, especially because they're not in there all the time. It's only when we're not around. So that's something else that I need to consider. And then in the fireplace, right now it's just holding space, but I have a feeling that I will be able to utilize it in a better fashion. So this is what we are working with. And we'll see soon what you think of the transformation. Okay, so I spent a couple of hours in the living room and I was able to accomplish a few things, and I want to be able to show you. So what I did was move some of my books around. My daughter had a great idea to use the space up here to put the books. And it's a little bit incomplete, but I am going to be buying more books. So I'm not pressed about it. Also, I like having some of my other books, the ones that I refer to most often when I'm looking at research or I want to reread or recommend. I like those closer at hand. And then I moved some of the frames over to the wall. And in addition, I got rid of some of the games down here. I contacted my sister and asked her if she wanted it for her Airbnb. And I moved the crate. That right now is just at the top of the stairs, but it'll eventually then go down to the mudroom. Like I said before, you know, we don't use it that often as long as we're home. And then the fireplace, I got rid of the things that were underneath, and I'm not sure what I'm going to replace it with. If you have any ideas, please let me know. And then I moved a mirror that I've had just sitting on the floor up here just to give it some interest, and move some of my pictures again. So now the living room has a little bit more of what I want to concentrate on, which is the beautiful green of plants, my books that I cherish very, very much. Oh, and I kept the DVDs and CDs and such because eventually I would love to make this house into an Airbnb. And so, you know, not everybody would probably want or has Netflix or so on and so forth. So they can have the option of old school DVDs and VHS tapes. Also, I went ahead and posted the couches for sale. And I was honest that it, contains cat hair because I have animals, as you see. Those are 3 out of my 4 furry animals. And so I, figured someone might need it. And so this is like the beginning. Oh, and the last thing is I wanted to show you some of the things I got rid of. So in these boxes are items that I will be donating. And then here's a couple of the games that I offered to my sister. And I have to go through these boxes. They contain cards and letters and such. And I decided that I'm going to keep anything that has pictures, but probably get rid of the cards with just a signature. So hopefully some of you guys have found this helpful. And again, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I would love to hear some of your comments. Until later, bye.